So, here's the big question. Is Bryson DeChambeau a genius or just plain crazy? Whether you love him or can't stand him, there's no denying that he's shaken up the world of golf. From beefing with fellow players to taking on the LIV Tour, Bryson's been quite the talk of the town. But is his wild ride good for the game, or is he just playing us all? Let's dive into the madness of Bryson DeChambeau and see if his antics are a hole-in-one or just out of bounds. Welcome to the Golf Caddy, your place to get an exclusive sneak peek on all the juicy golf updates through the eyes of a former caddy himself. Today, the focus is on Bryson DeChambeau, but before getting into the details, we'd love to hear from you. What made Bryson such a polarizing figure in golf? Did his switch to LIV Golf change his image, or is it just all for show? Has Bryson's new persona truly benefited the game of golf, or is he just stirring some new pot? Feel free to drop by in the comments section below. We'll be replying to each one of you. Born in September 1993, Bryson DeChambeau is an American PGA Tour pro golfer who has been in the headlines lately after his big win at the US Open this year. Truth be told, the 30-year-old might not be the best golfer near the top of the leaderboard, at least as long as Scotty Scheffler is in the mix. But one thing's for sure, he makes a strong case for the most compelling, not exactly for his golf game. His detractors have rather called him out over the years for his cringy behavior and corny antics. DeChambeau isn't afraid to speak his mind, and so he's found himself caught up in controversies multiple times because of this. Safe to say he's quite a quirky guy who struggled with early fame, especially when he took his talents to LIV Golf. DeChambeau ended up making a few comments that we're sure he'd want to take back, if only he could. Let's admit it, the American golfer has improved his form over the last 2 years, but who could forget about all his past squabbles? DeChambeau openly called Augusta a par 67 Augusta National, the annual home of the Masters that is revered by golfers and fans alike. His 2020 comments came off as an utter disrespect, as he referred to it as 5 strokes lower than its actual number, indicating he could easily handle the course's par 5 holes. Well, bragging about how easy it was to compete at the Masters didn't lead to success for DeChambeau. He finished 46th in 2020 and missed the cut both in 2021 and 2022. Soon after, DeChambeau appeared to take a U-turn with those sentiments when he finally delivered on his bold promises to coast through the course. "I have a new level of respect for this golf course," DeChambeau told reporters, but that's not it. DeChambeau also went on to say his driver sucks very inappropriately while underperforming at the tournament. DeChambeau was using a customized Cobra Rad Speed driver at the time, and Cobra was less than thrilled to hear his comments. "It's just really painful when he says something that's stupid," Cobra Tour Operations Manager Ben Showman said at the time, suggesting that DeChambeau's fast swing might be the issue. The pro golfer was quick to apologize the moment he realized that he had really messed up. "It's not a good face for me, and we're still trying to figure out how to make it good on the mishits," DeChambeau told reporters. Now, how could we miss on the well-publicized feud between DeChambeau and Brooks Koepka that appeared to begin when DeChambeau took exception to comments Koepka made while criticizing golfers who operate at a slow pace? Koepka had not mentioned DeChambeau's name, but later said DeChambeau was one of the players he perceived as slow. Bryson went on to confront Koepka's caddy about the comments, and Koepka made this move a whole big problem with DeChambeau. DeChambeau supposedly told Koepka's caddy that Koepka should have addressed him directly if he had a problem, and Koepka later remarked that it was ironic DeChambeau didn't approach him directly either. The dispute reached a fever pitch when Koepka visibly rolled his eyes when DeChambeau was walking behind him in 2021, and DeChambeau criticized Koepka's physique to add more fuel to the fire. For now, the relationship between the fellow golfers seems to be just fine. Both players are central figures in LIV Golf, perhaps forcing a bit of a bond between them. But don't you think such moves serve to be a bit unprofessional and immature, especially in the public? Let us know in the comments section below. Another major plot twist to the story was when Bryson decided to switch to LIV Golf. DeChambeau certainly wasn't the only player to receive backlash for joining LIV Golf, but he wasn't spared from the outrage. Much of the activism against LIV Golf was born out of concern about the Saudi government's ties to terrorism and accusations that Saudi funding helped facilitate the 9/11 attacks. When asked about his thoughts on the matter, DeChambeau's response brought him considerable backlash. "They're trying to do good for the world and showcase themselves in a light that hasn't been seen in a while. Nobody's perfect, and we're all trying to improve in life," Bryson said. instead calling for forgiveness. Some golf fans felt DeChambeau was dramatically minimizing the attacks, which killed nearly 3,000 people, and found his remarks very insensitive. Rocket Mortgage even dropped him as an ambassador following the decision, calling itself a longtime supporter of the PGA Tour. Moving to LIV Golf was definitely not an easy decision. By dumping the traditional league, the defectors knew what privileges they were giving up and had weighed the associated scrutiny that would accompany this decision. But for the top names like Bryson DeChambeau, the move is thought to be more than just about money. In an interview talking about Bryson DeChambeau, golf writer Alan Shipnuck pointed out that calling the golfer a sellout was not entirely fair. Bryson did take the money, but the situation is more complicated than that. Shipnuck revealed that for 6 years, DeChambeau wanted to contribute to the tour by becoming a part of the Player Advisory Council, but his request was straightaway denied. He said, "I guess they just don't like my ideas." There was a sadness in his voice. He'd been completely rejected by his peers. Shipnuck further pointed out how conditions have changed for the scientist after he moved to the new tour. He has been getting a say in important matters, and in return, he's giving his best. Shipnuck added, going to LIV, he's had a voice. He has a leadership role. He's extremely invested in everything that goes on. So, do you think that DeChambeau made a wise decision for himself? Let us know in the comments section below. Despite his past, DeChambeau appears to be living his best life. He's matured but still has a youthful exuberance, busy designing clubs built for his game. He's taking over in majors again and is having fun off the course, creating entertaining and informative content on YouTube. All of that has led to his re-emergence as one of the truly great showmen the game has to offer. YouTube has helped me understand a little bit more. When the moment comes, knowing what to do, what to say, and how to act is really important, DeChambeau explained. You know, when I was younger, I didn't understand what it was. I would have great celebrations and whatnot, but I didn't know what it meant and what I was doing it necessarily for. Now I'm doing it a lot more for the fans and for the people around and trying to be a bit of an entertainer that plays good golf every once in a while. The guy has totally changed his aura for the golf fans by this transition. In the wake of his move to LIV, DeChambeau used to be booed at major championships, but this week he rode the good vibes like a wave and crowd-surfed his way back into the hearts of the audience at Valhalla. The game of golf is in desperate need of characters, and the PGA Championship is better off thanks to DeChambeau. His recent win at the 2024 U.S. Open showcased not just his skill, but a newfound maturity. Bryson's playful antics and bold social media presence have turned many critics into fans, while his openness about past mistakes and dedication to the game have won over skeptics. This shift hasn't just boosted his popularity, but has also brought a fresh and dynamic energy to golf, appealing especially to younger fans. Whether this change is genuine or strategic, time will tell, but it's clear that Bryson's evolution is making the sport more exciting than ever. For now, that's a wrap. Love him or hate him, Bryson DeChambeau's antics have surely flipped the golf world on its head. Whether he's a star or just a troublemaker, one thing's for sure: golf is a lot more exciting with him around. Let us know what you think. Is Bryson good for the game, or is he just creating a false image for sponsors? Drop your thoughts in the comment section below. And don't forget to give us a thumbs up in case you enjoyed this video. Hit that subscribe button for more wild golf stories you definitely shouldn't miss. Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next one.